UHC thing. Actually gotta grab my controller. I guess I didn't think about it. I'm playing on Bedrock, which, you know, there isn't technically a hardcore mode for Bedrock, but, you know, I'm just gonna delete the world when I die. And I'll probably die because it's been a long time since I've done a hardcore mode on Minecraft, and I've never done it with a controller before, so we'll see. I'm hoping to kill the Ender Dragon. Obviously not in this stream, but like eventually, you know. So I'm gonna make this world. So create new world. So we'll call it UHC stream. Sure, why not? Let's see. I'm not getting a notification that I'm actually streaming, which is kind of weird. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna test out the sound real quick. Okay. Cool. At least it's fun. So, survival, hard mode, I guess just starting map, no bonus chest, visitor, infinite, yes, show coordinates, yes, respawn, where is it, natural regeneration. It's weird that this is an option, in the basic options menu for worlds, but ultra hardcore isn't. Not ultra hardcore, I mean hardcore mode. The ultra is only ever added for no natural regen. So let's do this, I guess. Let's not make it an online game. Let's go. I'm not gonna do anything crazy like speedrun it or anything. I'm just gonna take my time. I'm not gonna act like I'm actually in a UHC match. I'm just gonna do what needs to be done and try not to die or take damage. So interesting that I've immediately walked off a cliff. It looks like we're on an island, which is cool. And also not cool. Because, you know, there'll be a lot of mobs spawning this first night, because we're on an island. Although it'll be easier to light up, you know? So, you know. Let's see. Is this all island? I probably shouldn't be sprinting. Okay, looks like we've got a sheep. Some other islands. Ooh, that one looks pretty tempting to set up on. It'd be super easy to light up. Although I'll have to do the, I don't know what I'd have to do for base. I don't know. Let's grab this wood and get some stone tools and whatever else. Hopefully we'll find iron as soon as possible for shears, and I can pay a visit to that sheep. Let's very carefully get off this mountain. I don't know why it generated this strangely. Ooh, that was almost bad. Ooh, nice. We got coal already. Let's grab the stone first. I'm a little ahead of myself. I don't even have a crafting table. Cool. And then let's not. I hate how my mouse like drifts. It's annoying. That's just because it's not on like a solid object. Ever since like quarantine, I've really got comfortable. This one, yeah. Oh, I'm big stupid. That was a mistake. I don't know why that happened. Okay, so we've got coal, which is good. We've got a sheep, at least one. All I need is iron. So, what do you say, Nachi boy? Give me iron, Sky Daddy. I'm gonna go out of my way not to mine the special stones, like I do. Oh, I thought for a second I just dropped into a cave. Wow, I really need to pay more attention to the game itself. Okay. Come on, iron. Show me the money. I've got gravel. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry if it's like really difficult to see anything. But I'm in the same boat, so don't even worry about it. There we go. Issue resolved. Come on, give me some fucking... here we are. Okay. Wow. Thank you. I apologize for almost, like, really going off on your game. The quarantine has been, like, actually super chill for me. I got really lucky because of my school that they have this very nice rule that they enforce. Well, enforce is the wrong word because it's probably the luckiest thing that's ever happened to me. My specific school decided, hey, let's maybe not put more stress on our students. Let's instead make sure they, they can do things. So, unlike from what I've heard, every other school that's like, what's the word here? Yeah, let's grab that other pickaxe if it's still here. There it is, okay. Other schools that are like, can you not put damaged? Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh no, that's because it's a stone pickaxe. Wow, I am big intelligent right now. Okay, well, we have our shears. Let's just hope we get 3. Or at least this guy eats fast. You know, I don't want to be sprinting this early game. Hunger is probably the really one dude, only one. Running could very well be the end of me. Eat, bro. I'm gonna find another sheep. Eat. Aren't you hungry? I'm not a patient individual. Okay, that's not bad. That's not too bad. Let's find something else. Yeah. baby cow. Interesting. Oh, cool. We got some more coal right here. I'm gonna mine this coal, and by the time I go back to that sheep, he will have eaten some grass, and he will drop 2 wool for me. It's the power of positive thinking. That will be my momentum. It will drive me. And I will ignore the fact that thinking positively has literally never helped me before. And maybe I should stop talking because I have this knack for poking holes in things, and I happen to do it to myself a lot, as well as other people. It's not the most flattering gift, but it's mine, you know? What can I say? I'm a critic of a lot of things. I got mad at like the latest 3 Star Wars because they like threw what could have been a good story away, and we're not even talking about the choreography? No. What is the word? Okay, you know what I'm trying to say. But, you know, at the same time, who am I? I can't even say the word properly, and why should you care what I or anyone else says? As long as you're having fun, you're enjoying it. That's what life's about. Enjoying things while you have it. And there are way too many people who, like, I don't even think they enjoy poking holes in those things. I think they're just close-minded. Like, yeah, kids who, like, Fortnite dance in public are, like, annoying and even cringy, like, completely cringe-worthy. However, they're kids, and we shouldn't make fun of them for enjoying something, because this is the exact time in their life where they should be enjoying things, while everything's pretty much free for them. They don't have to worry about paying taxes or growing up, and you know, yeah, boy, give it to me. Watch, he's gonna drop 3. Wow. Yeah, I'm just like I'm a negative thinker, and I honestly just don't know how to fix that within myself. I would call it a problem. I'm a self-saboteur. Yeah. Right now I'm bumming myself out. And if you weren't listening, and it happens to be my knack. Let's see. Looking for a good flower. I know it's not important because it's turning nighttime, but I have to pick my bed back up. Okay, whatever. Let's just place it down. Come on, give me a bed. I'm wasting time here. Precious time that could lead to damage or, in fact, my inevitable death. Alright, cool. Now we can chill out a little bit. Alright, so what's next on the agenda? Okay, I think what's next on the agenda is a pickaxe and sword. Nice, we're skipping the stone sword, which is nice. Okay, let's organize our inventory just a little bit. Oh my god. Okay, give me that. Let's do this. I guess not there. Just okay, and then I need a shovel and an axe. Let's go on a journey and cut down some trees. You know, I'll just talk like Bob Ross all the time. look at this beautiful tree and how I am taking its life away with my axe because I am a greedy human who wishes for more materials. Um, and it's obviously a joke, but legitimately, that's what I do. It's how I think, and I don't know how to solve that. God, this is something I should bring up with my therapist. Like, we just talk about, like, what stresses me out in the day, and how I'm, like, unmotivated all the time and depressed. But I should be talking to her about how to improve myself. In fact, I'm gonna make a note of that. Wow. These are good talks. I like these talks. I'm gonna make a new one. Okay, let's call it therapy. Self-hatred. Is that how you spell that? I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, where was I? I'm gonna grab more wool because it's readily available. Okay, let's find a cool color for my bed. Yeah. I think I already kind of know how to counter that. I'm just gonna think the thoughts I normally think, and then see that I'm thinking that. I see that it's a problem. It's how I'm overcoming my bad habit of biting the skin off my lips. I just remember that I'm doing it. I notice that I'm doing it, and I say, okay, let's do something more productive. You know, instead of biting my lips, I'm gonna mess with this rubber band I put on my thumb. That's it. Or it's a hairband, not a rubber band. This is not rubber. And you know, I just gotta notice that I'm doing that. I happen to be like a finger. What's the word? I don't remember the word, but I have to do something with my hands at all the time. And the default thing I do is like pick at my lips, and I usually have dry lips because I never got into the habit of moistening them with a chapstick. So I end up tearing the skin off and just biting it off. Not eating it. I would like to specify that. I've never eaten my lips. Although I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just ingrained in my brain to do it. I don't even think about it. So when I notice myself doing it, I start playing with the hairband on my thumb. So instead of doing something with my hands that's not good, I do something that is good. So all I have to do is apply that same method to how I perceive everything, how I perceive the world. And it's gonna be hard. Hell, I relapsed on the lip picking thing. I was going good for like a week. It felt good to like eat spicy things and not have my lip be in pain. Or like literally just licking my lips would agitate them. It was good, but I messed it up. I relapsed. And while it is my fault, it's not like something I should blame myself for, right? It's just how I am. What did I... Oh, alright, it was a stick or something. So every time I see or I say something or I think something, like I'm taking down a beautiful forest, I need to notice what I said. I need to understand what I said. And I need to think about it. I need to maybe even verbalize it or physically do an action. And I need to think to myself or say to myself the exact opposite. You know, I'm taking down these beautiful trees and they'll never be alive again. Sure, but I'm using these resources. I'm using every part of the tree, and I need it to survive for myself. And here's the best part. I'm going to plant more. For every tree I take down, I'll plant 2 or 3 more. And I will make that my duty. As long as I can. As long as I remember. And it's gonna be hard. I'll probably forget. But what matters is that I'm trying. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be open-minded. And it's really a difficult thing to do. Let's go these salmon. And it really sucks that it's a difficult thing to do, because it's the only way we will ever grow as humans. Our entire society is toxic to the environment, to ourselves, and it's difficult to manage when you can't even help yourself. When you see people all the time that jump into relationships, just one after the other, rebound after rebound, and it's almost self-destructive, self-sabotaging. And it's kind of hard to watch. I need to save this for golden apples. It's kind of hard to watch. And what these people don't understand is they feel like they don't want to be alone, so they don't. They go out looking for a partner, and then they mess it up, or something happens, and it's not good. It genuinely ruins the relationship. So what people don't do is they're closed-minded. They don't think about it. They don't say, hey, I wonder why this went wrong. And they just kind of sit there and like, whatever. When they should be saying something more along the lines of, wow, that's strange. I need to think about this for a while. And then I need to better myself from it. Otherwise, I've gained nothing from this, what could have been a commitment for even years or so. And it's just not a good thing to do. But almost everyone does it. You need to solve your problems before you even jump into a new relationship. Otherwise, you're just wasting people's time. And I don't know why some people just jump into relationships just to be in relationships. Like, a relationship is like an interview. This is someone that you could spend the rest of your life with, and some people never even consider that. And it's hard for both parties involved when that happens. It's just it's not a good thing. And I don't know, people are just flawed. And I'm not saying like these are other people doing these things. I'm guilty of all of this. Everyone is. It's a vicious cycle. Where the hell are sticks? Oh, I don't have sticks because okay. Let's make a bunch of sticks so we don't have this issue later. Cool. So let's make a campfire. Thank you. So we can cook up the salmon. Yay. Put them here. Let's pick up my bed. It's turning night now. Let's make it pink or magenta or whatever. Oh, and look at that tree we planted grew. And that's good. Let's plant some more. We're on an island. We need to keep this ecosystem going, or it's not going to help us. We're dependent on these trees. We're dependent on these sources for life, and they're dependent on us. And we need to follow through with this cycle, otherwise, nothing's like ever gonna happen. I don't know why I got into this midnight gospel mode. I haven't even like watched the show in like almost a week now. I just felt like talking, and talking is probably the hardest part of this. because talking is one of the hardest things ever to do. I would say I'm a shy person until you get to know me, which case we could be anywhere, even in public, and I'm the loudest person in the room. But the moment that net is gone, that friend, this person who I have to lean on because we know each other and we trust each other, as soon as that's gone, I crouch back up in this turtle shell, and it's not something that can be easily fixed. Or I guess the question is that something we should fix? Is that really a problem? And now that I'm talking about it and thinking about it, I say no, it's not a problem. Some people are shy, some people are introverts, and some people are extroverts. I'm an introvert. I am thriving in this quarantine, but that doesn't mean I don't like human interaction. It's been like actually kind of hard on me. Not seeing people face to face, not talking to people I know. Yeah, I think today I was picking up some prescription at Walgreens, and the line through the drive-through was too long, so we decided to head inside. Um, and there's like this lady, she was focusing on her work or something behind the desk, and like I walk up to the desk, and like I didn't even realize I walked that silently, but she was surprised by my presence. And she screamed. And, it was kind of funny. We both apologized to each other. Like, it happens. Anyway, I told her what my name was and what prescription I'm picking up and whatever. And then there's this awkward moment where I forgot the last 4 digits of our number, and she's like, "Is there any other way you can prove you are who you say you are?" And I was like, "Yeah, my address is this, this, and this." Like, yeah, sure, yeah, it's you. We'll put it on the online pay thingy, on the card. And the thing is, I ordered 2 prescriptions last night, and so they'd be ready for me to pick up in the morning, as I did. Except the problem is she only handed me 1 bag. I was like, oh, they're probably both in there. And then I start walking off, and I feel around, and it's only 1 pill bottle. And that's when I start panicking, because the conversation is over. This woman I had this already awkward interaction with, she was, gone. It should have been out of my head, out of my hair. But now I had to go back and talk to her again. And luckily I didn't really have to talk to her. I just come back and stand in line again. Which, there wasn't even a line. It was just this older woman in front of me who got to the desk as I left the desk. And there wasn't any real interaction with us. She saw me come back, and she said, "Oh, I know why he's here." She waved over to me and said, "Hey, your other prescription will be there on Monday." Which, is fine. It's not like I'm completely out of it. I'm just really low. And so this thing, my brain completely blew out of distortion, was, perfectly fine in ordinary interaction with another human being. And I was so scared of going back. I do this thing where I feel like I can't do something. I can't interact with another human being on something because I've never done it before. When I first started yearbook, I had this thing about asking teachers for different students we needed pictures for. Towards the end of the year, yearbook's almost done. Oh, there's a couple different students we don't have in the yearbook 3 times or whatever. So I had to go out and take pictures and do interviews and stuff like that. And it's hard to ask a teacher, hey, can I grab a kid? Another human being, this child I don't even know, for a minute, because you don't know. Some teachers are like super nice, and some teachers are a little bit more in their heads. They just get stuff done. And you just don't know what you're gonna get from that when you don't know the teacher. So in my brain, I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be not good. I can't talk to this person. So I went back up to my yearbook teacher and I said, hey, I need help with this interaction. Can you help me? And that was like a real turning point. It was me growing just a little bit for the better. And it was very fulfilling. My yearbook teacher, who's amazing, an amazing individual, she helped me through that. She said, okay, well, you're basically just gonna ask it like this. Don't be too disruptive, blah blah blah. And it was super helpful. And she even like stood in the room for like moral support to help me out. And I think that's the best part. She was amazing. She's the kind of teacher who's like super friendly, but also very, she knows her shit, and like, she gives off the friendly vibe, but you also like, she doesn't get disrespected, and it's really cool. It's a strange kind of respect that you don't get from a lot of people. Like this is, I think it's like the gym coach effect or something along those lines. I could be making that title up. But basically, there's 2 lines of being like a gym coach. There's the hard ass gym coach that gets people to work and they do their thing and blah 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 and shit gets done. Or you could come in and be like friendly with all these players and be their friend. And the sad part about that is they don't respect you if you just come in and try and be a people pleaser. They respect you if you're hard ass on them, because that's how they learn. That's how people learn. They remember lessons because it's like, well, in like the lowest form of the word, traumatic. And so you have to give that. Even if you do want to be the friendly coach, you have to be a hard ass at first, so they know to respect you. Otherwise, they just don't. You have no control over these people you're supposed to have control over. I am very talkative today. This is like a weird thing for me. Let's see. Got some cows. I'm gonna start farming some wheat soon. How many seeds do I have? 6. Okay, let's grab some more. It's getting dark, so I'm gonna mosey on back to my bed. Okay. So, 5 apples, which is good. We just need some gold now, which will be fun to go around and gather. Oh, almost fell off. Need to be a little bit more careful. I was like looking down at my phone to see the chat. There's not really anybody watching right now, but it's good to check. Okay. Was it not turning night? That was weird. Whatever. Well, we have plenty of wood now. At least in the starting stages. Let's make some a chest. Okay, and then we'll need more torches. I'm gonna head down to the mines now. I'm gonna keep these torches and... Oh, wait, no, not yet. I actually want to, like... Oh, and I'll need a new axe, too. Okay, let's sleep, and then we'll make a hoe and an axe. We'll do our farm, and then we'll look for a place to mine. Gather some more materials. Where do I want to put this farm? Let's be careful where we stand. Let's cut down this tree. Okay. Stone axe. Stone hoe. Cool. I'm gonna avoid killing fish as much as I can because I have Teslaphobia and shit haunts me. I don't know where it came from. Like, I used to love sushi, and then I don't know. I think there's just this turning point when I was 9. It's just get this shit away from me, get it out of me. The feeling, the smell makes me feel sick. It's like so weird. Let's see. This. So I can't like see them, or what's the word? I can't see, smell, or eat them. It's not any kind of allergy thing. It's just a phobia, and I don't know why or where it came from, but I don't know, dude. I used to have this reoccurrent dream of like, reoccurrent nightmare, where like I would wake up in my bed and my blankets would be made out of like living fish skin, and it was terrible for my brain, and I don't even know why my brain does that. Let's see what else can I share on that. Let's grab some dirt. Perfect. Be waiting on you to do your thing. Seeds. Okay. So mining. Yes, let's head back down. Alright, let's switch out my shovel and then we'll that away. Okay. So we don't have a lot of food right now, but that's okay. Not doing anything drastic like caving at the moment. Okay. That was weird. Sounded like my phone buzzed. Let's see. Oh, right. I remember where I was going with that Teslaphobia thing. I'm usually fine with like cartoon fish, or it's obviously not a real fish. Although that only goes up to a certain point. Minecraft fish freak me out, mostly because they move. I was like, I knew the update was gonna come at some point where they added actual fish mobs, and I knew it was gonna suck. Because before I actually started playing Minecraft, I was like a huge Minecraft fan, but I just didn't own it. Didn't own the game. So I used to play this knockoff. That was rude. This knockoff version on a tablet, and it had like hyper realistic animals, and one of those animals happened to be fish, and that freaked me out. Even in the early days of Minecraft, the squid freaked me out because of the way that it moved. And I don't know where it started, but there's this one memory that kind of speaks out. It's like, I don't know, I think I was drinking water out of a water bottle pretty quickly, and either my father or my uncle was like, don't drink that too quick, or like save some for the fish or whatever. And I don't know, that rubbed me the wrong way, because my brain was like, the fish? There's fish in this water? And then I saw the little like swirly bubbles in it because I was drinking it quickly, like spinning around, like, oh no, and that freaked me out. And it's like the strangest thing too, because sushi used to be my favorite food. I used to go to Jeju all the time, especially because they had those Ramon, I think it's called Ramoon, something like that. It's like a Japanese soda that's like in a glass bottle with a glass ball that seals it, and so you have to like smash down on this contraption to open it, and it's super fun, and it tastes good. So that was fun. I think I still went there like afterward, after like it really became a thing, and I just, I wouldn't order sushi. I'd just get a bunch of miso bowls, which were hella good, by the way, and what's the word here? And just, ramen and miso bowls, and that was like the greatest thing. I cannot stress how much I love miso. Miso soup. It got to the point where like we had to start buying miso paste bags, like by the pound, and that's a slight exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying. I was really into that shit. Right, I need to actually make 2 stone pickaxes. Yeah, boy. Okay. Where was I on this process? And then, like, later, the whole thing developed where I couldn't eat if I saw fish. Oh, that's lucky. I don't know why. And that also sucked because one of my favorite restaurants, I think it's Vietnamese, even still now, one of my favorite restaurants had like 2 big fish tanks, one in each section of the restaurant. So I'd always sit away, so that I was facing away from the fish. It sucks because their soup is so good. It's like spicy. What's the word? Spicy something soup. I don't know. It's spicy, and there's like either beef, chicken, tofu, or shrimp in it. Or, yeah, shrimp. I think so. And luckily, it's all made before they add any of that, so there was like no cross contamination to the shrimp, and that was like one of those things where I made sure too. Um, yeah, I don't know if people see it like as anal, like I'm like just super picky, but it isn't. It's a true phobia. Oh yeah, the smell of beaches also make me sick, and like not even in like a it makes me sick way. It's just it legitimately makes it hard to breathe for me. And I can't even get too close to them either. The sand freaks me out. It's so coarse, like my soul. Sorry, my Anakin just started showing for a little bit. And don't even get me started on actually going into the water. And I guess what really sucks about that is there's some really fun things growing up that I could have done if I didn't. Like, I remember when I was younger, my parents loved to travel, and they have the means to do it, and they traveled a lot when I was a kid, and they'd bring me. I mean, we went to like I don't know San Francisco or something, and there's like this entire island that was just about, hey, you do your own clams or whatever it is, and like there are fucking clam shells everywhere. And you know that sounds fun, but it's also kind of a nightmare. That was a horrible experience for me, and it was really unfortunate that I had to endure that. Yeah, and I don't know if my parents like just understood, or like they just didn't understand, or what happened with all that. But it really seemed like they didn't care or whatever. I think they just thought I was super picky. But you know, I'll be honest, I am kind of a picky eater. My diet consists of mostly beef and bean burritos and a lot of eggs. Like a weird amount of eggs. I love eggs. Dude, my dad taught me how to cook. He still teaches me how to cook. It's one of my favorite things because it's like, wow, cooking is super easy when you actually know how to do it. And it's like super fun and rewarding. I love cooking for people. I'm pretty sure I boosted my yearbook grade in high school because I brought in like really good muffins I made, and everyone loved them. Now the name is gonna freak people out, especially picky eaters. Carrot and zucchini muffins. Now, stay with me. It's delicious. You didn't even taste the vegetables, and that's probably just because of all the cinnamon and honey. That's cinnamon. Is cinnamon in it? I can't remember if cinnamon's in it. What I do know, however, is that it's damn good and fun to make. Up until the part where like you you grate so much carrot and zucchini that it like you end up cutting off some skin from your thumb, and like it's already too late because there's blood everywhere, so you have to start all over again because you know contamination. Oh boy, how have I not found a cave yet? This is insane, bro. What level am I at? Oh, level 13. Nice. I guess we're strip mining for diamond. Yeah, so cooking for other people is like really fun. I love that they like what I made, and you know it's genuine that they enjoy what I made because they keep eating it. I had this friend in high school who, oh my god, he loved those muffins so much. He always tried to like get me to make them for like occasions that were not exactly appropriate. Because I really only made them on like our Yurds Giving party and Christmas. Yurds Giving is the yearbook Thanksgiving. It's not like a clever pun or anything. It's just actually kind of sad. I probably shouldn't say that. There are people who take the Yurds Giving very seriously. Where was I? Right, he loved them so much. He he was stuffing them in his pockets. It was great. And I love that feeling so much. And a slightly less rewarding feeling, but still a really rewarding feeling is making food for yourself, and you eat it and you're like, oh my god, I could eat so much of this. And the best part of it is cooking is way cheaper than ordering in or going out to dine. It's amazing. Do you know how much a dozen eggs cost? Like literally a dozen eggs and some Parmesan, a bit of salt, and some butter. That's like not even $10. It's totally worth it, and you get a good meal out of it. I know it doesn't sound like a lot of meals will come out of eggs, some butter, and some cheese, but believe me, there are a lot of meals that come out of eggs, some butter, and some cheese. Okay, we have reached the ocean. Okay, I guess let's over here and start running in another direction. Yay! Let's see. I have some more of this stuff. Oh, and as I was saying, the eggs. There's so many ways to make them, and you think there wouldn't be too much of a difference in taste, but there's a difference. Like there's a good difference between omelets and scrambled or sunny side up. I personally don't prefer sunny side up. I think it's not great. Unless it's not pigs in a blanket. Unless it's eggs in a basket. I love eggs in a basket. That is some of the most amazing things you could ever do. And it's so easy to make. It's fantastic. I should stream myself cooking. Imagine that. Oh, I love it. Let's see. So about the quarantine, I've been picking up some old hobbies. I've started knitting again. I'm getting back into it. I also picked my guitar back up, which is I don't know. It's a little bit of a disappointment. I used to be really into it when I was younger. I went to like 2 different guitar lessons at the same time. I got up to like the advanced level in my main lessons, and which is like 3 years in, by the way, and I dropped out because bar chords are hard. I still can't do them. There are a lot of chords that just really make it hard on your hand, and it obviously becomes easier with practice. I just never really bothered to actually practice, which is super unfortunate, because I could have had a great time playing guitar for all these years, and I don't know, it just feels like it's not going to happen again, because I don't have that self-discipline to really sit down and relearn how to do something, and it's terrible. I hate that I'm that way. I'm unmotivated and shitty and so lazy, and I'm doing it again. Let's think about the other side of this. I'm capable of a lot of things. if I set my mind to it, if I really dedicate myself to things, I am capable of doing them. I've seen it before. If I want something to happen, I will usually figure out how to do it. And to prove that, I grew up on Linux, which is an operating system for computers. And I grew up on it because my father is a programmer. He programs Linux. And you're probably confused what that means if you aren't, like, pretty decently into programming. And maybe even if you are, what I mean is he programs the operating system. He makes things happen. And I believe he programs in C# or just C. I don't know. But yeah, he's really good at what he does. He picked the job up in the perfect moment in time. It's I think I'm interested in this programming thing. As soon as computers were starting to be a thing, an everyday household item, and he got into it, and now he's one of the greatest in his field, and I really respect that. Although he hates Windows, and to be honest, I think I kind of do too. But I really enjoy gaming, so I kind of have to use Windows. Anyway, I grew up on Linux. There aren't a lot of games that can be ran on Linux. There's a good small amount. Ooh, diamonds, nice. Cool. A lot of what I played was just TF2 and actually Minecraft, Java edition, because that works on Linux. Nice. We got 6 diamonds. That's really cool. And bro, we don't even have too much iron yet. I've seen more diamonds than I have iron. Interesting. Well, we are mining on diamond level, so it makes sense. Where was I? Right. So I had to do a lot of stupid OS jargon to get games that I wanted to play on there. I got Skyrim running on Linux, which, it might sound either super easy or super hard. It is neither. It was an adventure because I was 14 when I did it. And I guess, it's pretty difficult. I had to do a lot of research on Windows emulators. And there aren't any really good ones other than Wine, which is designed specifically for Linux users who want to play games on who wanted to play Windows games on Linux. And there's this subversion of Wine called Play on Linux, and it basically just runs Steam in a Windows emulator, and it was modified specifically for gaming, and I got Skyrim running on it. It was pretty crappy because your computer is basically running an emulator. It's running 2 operating systems at the same time, plus a game that my laptop, my 2003 HP laptop, probably can't even handle higher grade Linux OS other than Vista. Anyway, I got into years later down the line, maybe 16 or 17 is when I actually got Windows. I made the switch. Could have been 15, I don't know. Because I was gaming on Linux for so long, and I was just tired of it. Although my dad told me the reason he doesn't want me playing games on Windows or running Windows because it's just so susceptible to so much shit, so many viruses and crap, and more than half of them aren't even done just to be malicious. They're done for money. They're done so that you pay uh, the people who made them to get them off your computer with virus protection and whatever. And I don't actually use virus protection now, which might sound like an idiot move, but I am very educated. I did a lot of research on this. I am very careful. And I haven't had a problem issue in over a year. A virus issue, I mean. You know, that's not a great track record, but to be honest, I've only had 3 viruses actually on my computer and active. And it's like, and I've even found like workarounds for them because I couldn't get them off my computer. But you know, I found workarounds. Luckily, this version of Windows is entirely clean, which is cool. Where's that going with this again? How are the seeds going? Not great. Okay. Don't want to accidentally hop on our campfire. I'm gonna kill these cows because I know there are more elsewhere, and I need it. So that's cool. We have diamonds now. Right. So anyway, back to me being crafty. I actually found a way to make Windows work. I did a bunch of research as I was a kid on how to switch your operating system and like what is required. As it turns out, Windows, the operating system, unlike Ubuntu, which is free, Windows apparently costs over $200, which is like such a strange concept to me. I mean, if you like buy laptops, they'll come with Windows already on it, or like laptops or rigs. But if you're putting together a computer, or like you get a fresh disk for your computer, then yeah, you have to buy Windows and install it yourself. So me being who I am, I figured out how pirating works, and how to do it properly. Unfortunately, I didn't actually do it properly until a couple years later. But I started to understand what the word torrent meant and how it works. So I torrented Windows 7. I'm going to be very specific here. I torrented an older version of Windows. I figured out how it all worked, and I installed it and all the drivers, the stupid drivers. That's probably like one of my number one things I hate about Windows. That like there's not a lot that's just plug and play. Most of it's just you have to download this from the internet. And like one of the first drivers you have to download is one to make the internet work. So you need a computer that's already on the internet to get the driver. And then you put that on a flash drive, plug it into your new computer, and you stick it in, and you get internet now, which is cool. And there are also like sound drivers. I think Windows now comes with all that installed already, a good chunk of drivers. But you know, you never know. Windows is Windows. They're out here to make money. Linux isn't. It's open source, which is why my father trusts it, and I absolutely trust Linux. I just switched back like a little bit ago because my hard drive died on me, so I had to wait for a new one to come in, and I just had an old hard drive with Linux on it. So I did that for a while, and it was actually kind of refreshing having so many of my problems dealt with automatically. It was nice. Although there are just so many games on Windows that I can't give up, you know. Yeah. Oh, I should be smelting this while I talk. Oh boy, I'm so sorry. Let's put another do that. Okay, cool. Those are far I'm doing now. Is it too early to make a diamond sword or pickaxe? Because I feel like I'm skipping a couple steps here. I don't know. Is that okay? I mean, I have the diamonds. Let's see. 2, 3, and then that leaves us 3. So, thinking about it, I shouldn't make a sword, but I should make a pickaxe. Yeah. I need at least 2 diamonds for an enchantment table. It looks like we're nearing that pretty quick. Yeah. And I can make some armor now, too. Yeah, boy. Cool. Nice. Yeah, crafting bench. Give me iron chest plate. Put it on my body. Yeah, boy. So, I know this is a short stream, but I think I'm gonna jump off now. I am super tired. How long have I been going for? Only an hour. Yeah. I'll probably do more tomorrow. We'll wait on our boots. And then I'll jump off. Although this was like really almost therapeutic. It was an interesting. It's an adventure, sure. But a welcome one. Yeah. I just wish I had actual people who watched me so I could talk about this to them. I kind of want to be realer. Because I grew up thought that was a creeper for a second. I was gonna freak. I grew up as a compulsive liar, and I've been really trying to turn that around. And luckily, I'm being a lot better about it. And it's difficult because I'm on the spectrum, the autistic spectrum, and my brain says, hey, I want attention. I want people to recognize me, so I'm gonna lie about something. I want people to think I'm cool. But I'm at this point now where, like, I know I'm not cool. It's fine. Oh boy, I thought I made like 6 buckets for a second. Okay, let's grab some water. Okay. No, I don't actually need to worry about that anymore. It's really nice to not worry about it. So yeah, I just gotta be more open, be myself. And I guess it's hard to do when it's so instilled in you that you have to lie to actually be liked. Even though I know now that I was just the annoying kid. Anyway, that's gonna be the end of the stream. Goodbye, and thanks for listening, I guess.